For the last 9 years, I have worked with over 600 plus business owners and have built their online brands. And together we've generated hundreds of millions of views and have gotten them brand new clients and customers to their business. And almost all of them have made the exact same mistake I did. They became the bottleneck inside of this process. And if I had to start over today, this is exactly what I would do. I'd build my AI clone of myself that actually allows me to create thousands of pieces of marketing content every single month, while the real me focuses on strategy, sales, and actually running the business. But first, let me show you why all of this actually matters. You see, here's the problem that I have seen play out hundreds of times. You know that content works. That's not really the question. You've seen it work for other people. And you understand that visibility drives trust, trust drives leads, and leads drive more revenue for your business. But the problem is that you just can't keep up. You don't have the time in your day to be able to go ahead and get the output that you need from your content production. So you probably try batch recording, and next thing you know, life gets in the way. Okay, now by week 3, you probably haven't posted in a week. The momentum starts to die, the algorithm starts to forget you, and then now you feel like you have to start over every single time. And did you know that the number one thing that kills a personal brand, it's not having bad content, it's all about being inconsistent inside of these algorithms. And inconsistency only happens because you are the bottleneck in this process. But here's the thing that most people actually don't realize yet, is that there's AI creators right now making hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month. And 99% of the time, I guarantee you have no idea that you're actually watching an AI clone. I can be an AI clone right now, but this is just because this is how good the technology has gotten. And we're not talking about something like a decade in the future. We're talking about today. We're talking about now. You can create all of this content now. And I want you to think about it like this. Imagine you buy a restaurant. You're not going to be the dishwasher, the chef, the hostess, the one building the software and the POS systems. No. You're going to go ahead, you're going to build SOPs, you're going to hire people, and you're going to scale the company. Why is content any different from that? And content is no different from any of that. You see, you actually have more leverage today than you ever did, even just 1 year ago. Back in the day, you had to hire teams and full-built media production teams for all of this. Look at Gary Vee, look at Alex Hormozi, but now you can actually build one digital asset that creates content for you 24/7. All you need is one AI clone and a script. And right now, there's a 12 to 18 month window where all these early adopters are going to be able to dominate every single niche that's out there. They're going to be everywhere. They're going to have these clones posting videos everywhere. No one's going to be able to tell the difference. Everyone else is going to be sitting in the backgrounds in the shadows trying to figure out how are they doing it. But you see, guys, this window, it's closing day by day. But the good news is it's not entirely closed yet. And I want to show you what I mean. This isn't a deep fake. This isn't a voiceover laid over stock footage. This is a trained digital version of Tyler, built from his voice, his face, his cadence, and his message. And the reason it matters isn't because it's cool, it's because it scales. While Ty is on sales calls, I can be posting on Instagram. While he's building strategy, I can be nurturing leads on LinkedIn. While he's sleeping, I can be running his YouTube presence. That's not novelty. That's leverage. Okay, so that took me 0 minutes to create. I didn't sit down. I didn't turn on a camera. I didn't film. I didn't edit. I didn't do anything. And the best part is I can make thousands of those videos every single month. The same quality, the same voice, the same message, just without me being there every single time to do it. That's the shift that we're seeing in today's market. That's where technology is nowadays. And as you can see, here are some examples of my AI clones. I have never sat in any of these rooms, wore any of these outfits. This is all entirely fake. I hope you guys are starting to see what is actually coming and becoming. And look, guys, I've lived the old way as well, and so have all of my clients. Now, I have this one client, and he runs a 7-figure agency, and we're on a call one day, and he tells me, he's like, hey, Ty, I know I need to be posting content. I know that content, it's the play, it's the future, but I'm sitting here staring at my camera, and I've just got client calls in 20 minutes, a launch happening next week, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and just, I can't do it today. And this is a guy who knows better. He understands marketing. He's built a successful business, but he can't stay consistent because he was the content, because he's the one that had to sit down and actually record and set up everything. Even if he did have a team, it's still the process of sitting down and having to record it. And this is the pattern that I'm seeing inside of the entire agency, online coaching. So you get motivated, you tell yourself, oh, this is going to be the week that I go all in on content. You block off hours on maybe a Sunday, maybe a Monday, you film 8 videos, you probably feel unstoppable. How many times have you actually felt that? Okay, then Monday hits, you post once, it does okay, you're locked in, you're feeling pretty good. Tuesday comes, this is, the beginning of the week, so client emergencies start to come, you probably skip the post. Wednesday, you're back in delivery mode. You're doing all the client fulfillment because this is what's actually paying the bills for you. By Friday, the footage is sitting there on maybe your editor's hard drive, and by the following Monday, it feels stale, so you probably don't post it. 2 weeks go by, the algorithm stops showing your content, your audience forgets that you even exist, and now you're back to square one. This is the cycle, and it's a cycle that everyone's going through, and it's not because you're lazy. It's because you're the creator, you're the strategist, maybe the editor, maybe the uploader, and most importantly, you're the business owner. You are the bottleneck in this process, and that's not a bad thing. Okay, and the moment something more important comes up, a sales call, a client deadline, a product launch, client fires, content gets less and less and less prioritized every single time, even though that is arguably one of the most important things that's going to drive more sales and revenue to your business. So meanwhile, the people who are actually winning in this, they're posting every single day. They're on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, and you're wondering how they have the time to do all of this. They don't. They just stop being the ones that's on screen doing it every single time. So here is the new way. You train your voice and your face model one time. Then you give it your content library, your frameworks, your stories, your talking points, and then you just let it work for you. These are a lot of the reference photos that I've used just to be able to go ahead and create future clones of me. But here's where it actually gets extremely dangerous for your competition. This isn't just content for content's sake. This content is designed to do one thing and one thing only: get you more clients to sell. Now, the best part is you can actually feed it every objection you've ever heard on sales calls. And it creates content that handles those objections and starts to pre-handle all of this for every single prospect that ever books with you in the future and the time to come. It can even analyze what's performing best on your social media right now and just be able to start generating more of this content on demand. It can take your sales scripts, your email sequences, your webinar frameworks, VSL, any single framework that you have on the internet, and turn all of this into social media content that actually moves people towards a buying decision every single day across every single platform without you ever even turning on the camera once. Think about it like this. Most business owners are trying to win a war as a one-man soldier. They're fighting, you're fighting when you have the energy, you're recovering when you're burnt out, but the people who build all these digital clones and digital twins, they have an entire army on the internet. This is an army that's never sleeping, it's never burnt out, it never stops advancing. It's creating content all the time. But just imagine if you can produce thousands of pieces of content that look like you, sound like you, and they're just being posted everywhere on the internet. People used to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, called clippers, to be able to do this. And the reason for it is because it has one of the best ROAS that you can possibly have, assuming that you're adding in the cost of the clipper, the editing, etc., etc., etc. But the best news is that you're not an actor anymore. You don't have to be the person behind the screen. You're the actual general. You're the one that approves everything. You refine, you direct the strategy. But you're not the one that should be on the front line anymore. And this isn't 5 years away. This is today. This is right now. And the people that start to move on all of this right now, you're going to have such a far advantage compared to everybody else. It's going to be almost impossible to catch up to you. That's the digital twin strategy. That's what cloning yourself does. And that's what separates the people who dominate from all the people who are going to disappear in the future. So what does all of this actually mean for your business? It simply means whoever shows up the most in 2025 wins. Period. As simple as that. Not whoever has the best product, not who's been in business the longest. Whoever is the most present in their minds every single day is going to have the audience, and the attention is going to be able to sell your products. And here's the reality, is that attention is the only currency that matters anymore. If you're a coach, your clone can start nurturing leads on Instagram while you're delivering for existing clients. If you run an agency, your clone can be educating prospects on LinkedIn while you're in strategy sessions. If you're a consultant, your clone can be warming up all this cold traffic 24/7, whether it's coming from Google ads, Facebook ads, etc. So by the time they actually book a call with you, they feel like they know everything about you because they've listened to you so much. And if you're building a personal brand, your clone can start to build this facial recognition of you way faster than your competition. And it's also way more powerful than ever running ads, because ads, you run traffic. This, you own the traffic. This is the same level of omnipresence that Gary Vee, Alex Hormozi, and all these other people like Iman Gadzhi have with their multi-person level media teams and departments, except you don't need a team anymore. You don't need all these budgets. You just have to be early in this space, because here's what's happening right now. The first person in your niche who builds this digital twin and goes all in on this is going to own all of the attention. Everyone's going to feel like they know that person 1,000 times more, because they're going to be able to produce 100 pieces of content to your one piece of content. And once they own the attention, everybody else is just playing catch up at that point. And guys, this is the new evolution of distribution. And just like that, people who figured out Facebook ads in 2013 or Instagram content in 2016 or even TikTok in 2019, the people who move on AI clones right now will have at least a 12 to 18 month head start that compounds into years of market dominance. Back in Facebook ads in 2013, when I started running ads on Facebook, I could literally throw up an ad that looks just like this and be able to see the craziest return ever. It could just be a direct offer or direct CTA, and I could have the craziest ROAS. Or think about being early in Bitcoin, Nvidia, Apple, any of these companies. It's the power of being early is what's going to do you the justice inside of your business from here on out. But this window is not going to be open for long, as I said. So if you're smart, here's exactly what you have to do. You have to start building your digital twin now. Not in 6 months, not when your competitors already look omnipresent, now, today. And here's what most people don't actually realize is that building the clone itself, it takes 10 minutes, maybe less. I think it took me realistically 7 minutes and X amount of seconds, but really that's it. Let's just imagine 10 minutes to create an asset that will generate your business pieces of content for you and spool up new business for you all the time. The strategy isn't in the build time. The strategy is what you do with all of this content and how you actually go ahead and formulate it to get more clients for your business. Because once it's built, you just give it a framework, you give it a script, you give it your sales conversations, your stories, so it thinks like you, it can speak like you. Everything that basically just makes your marketing message you. Because here's what most people get wrong. They think it's about automation. It's not. It's about replication. You're not replicating yourself, you're cloning the best version of yourself. The version that shows up consistent, clear, and just ready to sell. The version that understands every single part about your prospect's pains. Because ultimately that's how they're gonna show up, understanding what they need to buy and finding you as that trusted resource. And as you're creating all this content, you then have to go ahead and test it. And you don't have to go all in on day one. You could start hybrid. Maybe 20% of your content is AI generated, and you'll start to be able to see what resonates, what's not resonating. You refine and you scale, just like every other part of your business. And here's the reality. In 12 months, the people who did this will have 10 times, probably 100 times the content output of everyone else. They'll be the ones that's getting all of the market share. They'll be the ones that's getting all the calls, the clients, the opportunities, because these are the ones that people are seeing every single day. And you can build this in less than 10 minutes, but most people won't. They'll wait, they'll overthink it, they'll wonder if this is the right time. And by the time they move, someone else will be in their niche that's already gonna own the attention. This is an asset play, not an effort play. You build it once and it works for you forever. The people who win are going to be the ones who realize this isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. And in 2025, working smarter means letting your clone handle all of the visibility that you need while you actually handle the important stuff inside of the business. Now look, I'm not saying you should stop creating content yourself. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm saying you should stop being the bottleneck inside of the most important part of your business that generates you more leads and trust and sales. Because the reality is, your business doesn't grow when you're sitting in front of a camera for 3 hours every single day. It grows when you're closing deals, you're building strategy, you're delivering for clients, you're split testing things. That's when the business actually grows. And your brand just doesn't grow when you post twice a month. It grows when you're everywhere all the time, every day, consistently. This is what this whole entire digital twin gives you the ability to be able to do. Now, if you want to actually be able to build this AI clone and understand how to put it into your business so you can generate more clients, I'm releasing a full step-by-step guide inside of my free Skool community. This is going to be exactly how I built out mine, exactly how to train it, exactly how to use it in your business to generate leads and close more deals. Plus, I'm going to be hosting live free weekly calls for all of you guys, just where we can break down the AI clone strategy, the content distribution, and how to become omnipresent online without recording every single day. And just to remind you, this is 100% free. I'm not charging you $1. I'm not here to take money from you. I'm here to teach you about the future and what's coming. Because this is an early adopter window. The people who join now are going to be the ones that dominate all of their niches in 12 months. So if you want to be able to find how to join my community, the link is in the description below. Come join me and let's go ahead and build out your digital clone. I will see you on the next one.